Have you ever loved something so much that you just want to make it happen every day? Me neither. This is a podcast today. Small, smaller, smallest, large, larger, largest. Tom Holland, Tom Hollander, Tom Hollandest. That's just something to think about. That's just something to mull over. What a day. 3, 2, 4. And quite the lottery ticket, quite the postcode lottery win, quite the Mecca bingo. I'm trying to think of the UK adverts just where you can win money. Apparently, Tom Hollander, actor. I vaguely recognize his face. I've probably seen something he's in. Not as big time as Tom Holland, although was getting big time checks. I saw that on Twitter/X, I guess. He got a payment, a bonus, just a bonus payment, just like a sprinkle on top, like like a footballer. You got your goal, you got your contract. This is how much you're gonna get paid per week. But if you score a goal, you get a little bonus. If the team gets a win, you might get a little bonus. If you get an assist, you might get a little bonus. Clean sheet, little bonus. And little bonuses on top, right? Finish top 4, little bonus, right? Just one of the little bonuses entered Tom Hollander's account because his name is similar. Just some PR guy, just some guy like me, walking in there. I'm just doing my internship. I'm just here. I'm just happy to be here. My first day. All I got to do is just type in Tom Holland, press send, and send the money for it. It's simple enough. Potentially made a 6-figure mistake by sending his money to the wrong Tom Holland, which firstly I wonder if Tom Holland described, by the way, this lump sum of money as more money than he's seen in his life, right? This is just a bonus. And I don't know if he was just trying to connect with us, by being like, whoa, it was so much or something. I don't know what shit he's been in. Probably mainly TV stuff, but could we see a world where it was potentially so much money that to this person it was insane, but to Tom Holland he wouldn't even have noticed? And also I'd like to know if they made him give it back, because I feel like if you made the mistake and you accidentally put the money into his account, is he what would the law say? Are you required to give that money back if someone accidentally puts money into your account? Because the only way surely they can get it back is if they say, mate, would you mind just out of the goodness of your heart sending that back to us? And then if you're like, no, I guess in their head they can think, oh, dick, but they can't go legally do anything. I would imagine. I don't know. So I don't know if he actually had to give it back, or if he didn't have to, but he did just because it looks bad or whatever. Or you'll get blacklisted from the industry, and he secretly has a small little dream of being in a Marvel movie. So he thought, I better not burn any bridges now. And it's you should have taken the money wrong, Tom Hollander. And it's how many different variations of Tom Hollander out there? I don't know how many people. Think about it. Your career path in life could just be changing your name to something that's slightly similar to a famous person, just out of the chance that you might get random payments into your bank account. Because that is the first time this has happened. I reckon you just change your name to something it's got to be someone with a quite specific name, but not too specific. I would say maybe who's still working now. Ideally someone with a Michael J. Fox. I think if it was someone with a name like that, you could get away with having something very similar, and getting the money in. And who knows, maybe every 6-7 months you just get 35k. Wonder what that's for. Oh, something here. I don't know what his bonus would have been. It was a bonus for being in Avengers, I think, which I have to imagine that was the biggest movie ever until Avatar re-released its movie to become that again. Which, by the way, foul play. Foul play. I'm not a fan of those movies anyway, so I'm being a little bit biased here. But re-releasing, because I'm pretty sure Endgame was obviously trying to do its best to get above, and it only just about did it, but they were happy with that. Then re-releasing your movie to re-overtake, that's so that shouldn't be allowed. I feel as well, some movies have longer releases or they went on long streaks, and I guess if people are coming to see it, then you kind of just keep it open. Like some films, they come out, you're there for a week, no one's seen it, it's off. And sometimes it's there for like a month, sometimes it's there for like 6 weeks, right? But if we're like, and I get it, if you're out for longer, that's to your credit because you're doing a good job, right? But I feel like if we're actually like looking at these movies and saying who had the best box office of that, films should all be out for a maximum length of time. Like they shouldn't. I think a film should be out for at most a month. Nice round number. Let's speed up, getting that on streaming or whatever if they're theater releases only or whatever, and then we can really tie down like what movies are making the most money because some movies are just out there forever. Some movies get given no time, and it's like if you're a little movie, the little movie that could, and you're raking in the cash and you're raking in the cash, and you take it all the way to the month. And if you're a big movie and you still could be bringing in more people. When I was working at the cinema, I felt like Aladdin never went away. Like it feels like if I went back to that cinema right now, they'd still be showing Aladdin. Yes, that Aladdin, the awful Aladdin, with Will Smith as the genie and other people in it, I guess. And I saw the same like three parts of that movie because I'd go in at the same time to do the same checks, whatever. And like, I didn't work at the cinema for that long, but it felt like the entirety of the time I worked that movie was out because people just came to see it. The particular area it was in, I guess it was an Asian heavy area. I don't know, because you get a lot of people coming in to watch that movie with their kids, and it'd be like, you know, like 6 weeks after, and it was like still like when I say lots of people coming, it wasn't like packed screens still, but it was like, most films, even Endgame, after about 2 weeks, you could easily walk into a screen and there'll be four people in there. Aladdin somehow, or at least always had double digits, and now I'm just having PTSD. I'm just thinking about cleaning it. Some screens worse than others. You know, if a screen's full, right? And it's going to be messy regardless of the film if it's full. But a packed screen and going in to see like that was screening like Toy Story or like Endgame or something, or you know Paw Patrol, you know, compared to a packed screen that's screening The French Dispatch, you know, it does vary. You are gonna get, you know, it is nicer. You kind of feel like the artsy folk, who are here to see their Wes Andersons or whatever. They'll just take the rubbish out with them as they go. How much easier? Oh my god! How much easier would it be if you just when you got up and left, the drink you bought, which you took in with you just picked it up and you left with it and just chucked it in a bin. It would honestly make it would be so good. I don't when I go to the cinema, you know, the same way how I grab my bag and I leave. It's not a conscious like I'm a good person thing, but you just naturally take the popcorn box, whatever, or the drink or whatever you had with you. You just take it out with you. I don't know. It's just I don't even work there still, but and realistically, if that wasn't the case, then we would just be have more free time. To which the managers would be like, "What are you doing?" And we'd say, "Oh, we've done everything already." Which they'd say, "Not everything is not always done." And then you'd get sent on a mission to go do some bullshit that doesn't need doing because you can never just sit around at work with it without being some kind of crime. This is me in this. This is the rambles of a madman. This is what I'd be screaming in my straitjacket in my cell. You can just hear me muffled through the walls, just still getting ramped up about that, about how Apple, keep making their products worse so they can make you spend more money on things like adapters when they just had it right the first time. Keeping it on the movie front, I saw Dune 2's coming out. Very excited for that. Charlemagne, Zendaya, Elvis. No, that's not the name. Austin Butler. That's the one. Those two people are sort of one and the same now. Who else? Florence Pugh's in it. Christopher Walken's in it. Who else is in it? You got Dave Bautista. You got Rebecca Ferguson. You've got, and I'm just doing like a challenge. I feel like I'm getting like 10k every single time I get a name right. This feels like a good little challenge. There is more. I mean, of course, there is like hundreds of people in it technically. What's that guy called? Javier Bardem. He's in it. You know, and yeah, like, obviously hundreds of people in it, multiple extras, and one cast, and you know, people. But I mean, like, you know, the A-list big O's, not big big O's, not like big ones, not like bigots or anything. I actually, I don't know. I'm not going to defend them. I don't know them personally. I feel like those are all the ones. Um, I'm excited. It's a film that has grown on me, and not because I've seen it multiple times, giving it a chance to grow on me, but just because time did wonders for it. It's aged like a fine wine, and it's only been aging for like a year or two or three or whatever. But I'm excited. It looks big. It looks boastful. It looks voluptuous, and it looks tasty, and it looks epic. You know, in a good way, because a lot of films are described as epic. Black Adam, I didn't see it. Shazam, these films are probably also described as epic. You know, I guess, you know, a lot of films fit into this broad epic category. Probably Avatar, Way of Water, not really something for me. John Wick could fit in there. Not seeing John Wick. But this to me, it's an epic in a way. I'm like, whoa, yeah. And I'm not going to be seeing it in a special kind of way in IMAX. Still didn't even really know what that means, if I'm being honest. Or like some special kind of theater with surround sound thing and this and that. I might just see it in the screen that's close to me. I always see everything in, and I'm gonna like it enough. You know, I don't need the bells and whistles. And I know it's the way the director intended it. I'm sorry. Like, I sometimes see people say stuff like, I saw Oppenheimer and it was great, but then I saw it, you know, in IMAX 35mm or whatever the fucking things are, and I like, it changed it for me. I went up by 2 ratings and this and that. And I get it and I don't get it. Well, I get it. It's quite simple. It's just people can observe and appreciate the finer details when they really are into something. I get it, but I don't subscribe. I mean, I'm not saying I could watch something on a plane and it would like, but like a cinema screen is as far as I go. That's my limit. Once you're in the cinema screen, it's all kind of similar to me. But like, that doesn't mean I think if you watch something on your phone or like on a laptop or airplane, it's the same as a cinema. I feel like I could easily enjoy watching something for the first time off a laptop or a TV if I'm on my own. A phone, I just think, yeah, phone pointless. I could enjoy something on a plane probably. I've never done it before. I've never watched a film on a plane. Um, you know, like on a little screen. It kind of depends. Am I sitting by the window? Is it day or night? You know what I mean? These are important things. These are important things. Have I got leg room? Probably not. Broke and disproportionately long legs, so that's probably against me. What's the genre of film? You know, these things come into play. But no, the thing I want to say about Dune is they got these specialized popcorn boxes and shit, because you know when these films come out, Barbie or I feel like this. I never see this kind of stuff when I go to cinema. I think they only probably do this mainly in American cinemas, and if it is in England, they'll probably do it in like the ones around Leicester Square, Piccadilly Circus, more of like the flagship stores or whatever. But they'll have like little cups and shit. You know, that's all like film themed and that. And the one for Dune, I have to say the popcorn box. Is that the right thing? Is it called a popcorn box? The popcorn, the holder of pop, the box of pop, the box has this sort of lid on top that, you know. Okay, when I used to work in a cinema, I remember the first one I worked at. They walked me around in a little tour, and it was this old Jamaican woman, I think, and she was telling me all this other stuff you got, and she was saying it all very dead pan. No, that she was saying it all like blunt, basically. You go in here, you clean it up. Sometimes there's shit on the floor, you clean it or whatever. So like, so the kind of thing that a normal person, she was normal, but what I mean is like most people would go, yep. Sometimes it's gross. Like you might find like, you know, this and that up the walls and that. It's annoying. Try not to this and that. But then sometimes you have people who tell you, and they just say it to you in a very blunt way, like, yeah, sometimes you'll find skid marks up and down the toilet when you walk in here, and then yeah, anyway, so we'll walk out here now. And then she was like, yeah, so and sometimes people in the screens are just, you know, straight up fucking, and you need to go in there and obviously split that up. But imagine everything I'm saying now with a Jamaican accent. You need to go in there and split that up. Obviously, if you see anyone having, you know, sexual intercourse, that's obviously not allowed. You need to go in there and sort of say, hey, we don't do that here. And obviously, I never did that once, but it did happen. It was witnessed, and but not like for a long period of time. Not like I witnessed it and then stayed witnessing it. Like I then walked out. I wasn't watching. I'm not the weird guy here. I feel like that's part. Well, firstly, it's just awkward to go and break that up. It feels like it's outside of the pay grade. It was minimum wage. And second of all, it feels like that's something they would accuse at you. What are you watching me for? And then they flip it. Now I'm in the wrong. Now all of a sudden my hands behind my back. I'm going behind bars. But you know, okay. So that setup for what people often do in the cinema screen often links into what this popcorn box Dune style looks like, which the top looks like the mouth of the worm. Now, if you've seen Dune, you know what the worm looks like. One could argue it looks sort of like many things, and let's just say this popcorn box. You know, you've seen people fuck weirder things. Let's just say that. That being said, though, I wouldn't recommend it because also I don't know how you actually meant to eat out of this popcorn box because it simultaneously looks like one of those like I want to say Asian traps, which I just feel like is offensive because your mind always goes to Asia when you think of like one of these Chinese spring traps or something like I don't know, maybe it's not, but like where you put your hand in and then all of like the spikes are facing down one way, so you can put your hand in easily, but then if you try and pull it out, it would rip your hand off type thing, so you're like stuck in the box type thing. It's just a weird design. It's just a weird design. I don't know who commissions these things. Part of me thinks it's just an inside joke somewhere. Someone knows it's funny and thought we'll get away with this. Let's do it. The buzz around people laughing about it will just build up the buzz anyway. It's just a bit of marketing, whatever. But yeah, that's all. I thought I'd get these done quickly because Chelsea are about to play Aston Villa. I'll probably do another one of these at half time. And I just had to. I mean, by the time you heard this, we've already played them in the cup, so you can't really wish luck. That's not luck. Doesn't really. I mean, maybe it does. Speaking of worms, they can't see. You know, they have no eyes, and I only heard this the other day, and it really just changed my life, basically. Not really, but my perception anyway. And obviously, I know that worms can't see. Dogs can't see. Or apparently, dogs can't see color. Or like certain animals can't hear. There's humans that can't see and can't hear, right? But just the idea that not only can you not see, but you've never seen, and all of worm kind has never been able to see. They can't even like understand seeing. Like if you try to describe seeing to a worm, it would be like if some like alien from 1700 galaxies away tried to describe a sixth sense to you, that they have that we just don't have. We just don't have, like, you know. So like it's not just you can't see, but it's just that you don't even understand the idea of seeing. And who knows? Maybe luck works in that way. You can wish someone luck in the past, and it could not that luck even is a thing, or like not even that wishing someone luck is a thing. Like if you wish someone luck, it actually helps. Like in a way outside of giving them confidence, maybe. But like, firstly, let's imagine that was a real thing. Who knows? Maybe luck could work through time. These are like stupid things that, you know, dreams make good stories or whatever. That's a June quote. I hate that. I just quoted that. It's awfully cringe, but I did it. But then once I heard that thing, it's like, it is true about science. Like science only proves things within the realms of what we already understand because it's using only things to the limits of what we understand as humans. But there's so many things we don't understand. And it's like, yeah, there could be outside things that just sound like basically magic that our brains would never get. Like trying to like it's like trying to get your brain to see a new color or something like that, is what I'm trying to say. And this is all just spawned from the fact that Chelsea are about to play Aston Villa, and I was going to say you can't wish me luck because it's already happened. But then I thought maybe you could, and then I started talking about worms you can't see, which is all of them, and now we're here. So yeah, this is 324 on to 325.